God, finally out of that bloody dress. Why I had to wear it, I had no idea. Was it even necessary? Still, it feels so much better at being out of that thing. It's like I can finally breathe. Well, that's a first, isn't it? Asthmatic. Shut up! Why are you still here? Well, I am still part of this investigation, Ciel, but I admit there is something that's been bothering me. And what, pray tell, might that be? Did that dress really have to go? It did look rather flattering on you, Ciel. Oh my God, shut... Will you ever shut... Young master, old Trancy, they are ready. Good. Now let's get this over and done with, so we can finally put an end to these murders and crimes. How dramatic. Shut up.
The interrogation will begin soon. But for now, allow me to introduce myself and explain the protocols of what is about to happen. Firstly, my name is Sebastian Michaelis, and I am simply one hell of a butler. I already know who you are, listener. And yes, you are correct. I am a Phantom Hive servant. I suppose so. Now, as soon as my master and the Earl Trancy enter, the interrogation begins. You are to answer the questions truthfully and to the best of your ability. You may reject or remain silent if you are uncomfortable, or choose not to answer the question. However, depending on the importance of the answer's value, you must answer. If you choose to refuse, well, I believe in my master's orders. I'll have to punish you. Is that clear? Very well. Let it begin.
Now, let's start off with the easy questions, shall we? Who are you, listener? Even if that may not be your name. Who are you? What are you? And who do you work for? Starting off strong, are we? Well, alright then. Now, Sebastian may have already stated this, but lying isn't allowed during an interrogation. Even so, it will put you at a disadvantage. So stop it, and tell us the truth, darling. Don't call them. Can't believe the day has finally come where I agree with the spider. Indeed. Now, answer the question. Please. Hold on. What? Was that a please? Did the Lord Phantom Hive actually apologize for something? Oh my lord. Ciel, are you smitten with them? Shut up. An assassin's apprentice. I see, but who... They are... The Executor of Evil, also known as Gabriel Rhine. The one Her Majesty wants us to find. Our target. You'd think he could come up with a better name, though. Well, apart from that, your statement, it doesn't explain the reason why you were at the ball. You had a role to play? As what exactly? As a distraction? Well, you certainly played your part well then. Shut up! So you had to distract me from my current mission on working on the case, as well as to hide the actual murder of Lord Abrams, because you knew I was looking for the killer, your master. And yet you let yourself be seduced and danced with them. Am I wrong? Will you ever shut your disgusting mouth? Don't you dare call me disgusting, Ciel. My, you're being rather uncivilized, aren't you? Now, another question. Why was my cousin at the ball? The Lord Druid. Yes, unfortunate, I know. Though, it's not unusual for him to go prancing about in any particular ball, but from certain intel he's been rather busy, possibly dabbling in more illegal groups. It's safe to presume that this ball had some significance to it, or a person. Speaking of which, how did you come to know my cousin? I see. Well, I'm terribly sorry. Though, why go as far to hit him?
I don't blame you, though.
Well, that answer is rather clear, if you ask me. Oh? It's only half of the reason. Please do continue. The other reason was because he discovered your identity. Your true identity. And had planned to blackmail you. Well, that explains a lot about what he said back then. Though, why did the Viscount choose not to report you? Wouldn't he gain much? Well, possibly because of the fear of exposure from some of his activities. But... oh. He did that to you. Because you found out about it, so he... So as long as you both kept your mouth shut, and the blackmail... Why, that bloody... Trancy! We need to focus. Although you have my condolences for what happened to you. Shall we proceed? Yes, of course. My apologies. Please, do continue. Well then, did... Huh? What was that?
Pardon me, young master, Altrancy, listener, but it appears we have a visitor.
Oh, God, please tell me. It's not him, is it? Well, apologies for being in the dark about all of this, but who? No... Well, hello there, my dear little Prince Hamlet. Ah, so you are investigating this case. Well then, I'd like to participate in this meeting, discussion, whatever. As well as I do have some information about this case. It has caused quite a lot of problems with my work.
Well, that explains your unexpected visit, Grell.
Oh, but of course not. I wanted to see you again, my darling Bassie.
Please, no, Grell, stop.
Well, she's alright, isn't she? But this information could be useful. Even from a transvestite. She can help. Very well then. Please proceed. Well, thank you. Finally, a little courtesy. Even if it is from a blonde. Anyways, yes. Well, according to Will, my boss, all of the souls from the killer's victims are somehow burnt first. In a way. So they're burnt from the inside out, in a way. So to speak, yes. 'Tis rather strange, as we have yet to discover the cause as to how... Hence, the reason as to why I'm here. Oh, hello there. Right, well, I suppose it would be beneficial if I were to introduce you to each other. Listener, meet Grell. Grell, this is Listener, the killer executive of evil, Gabriel Ryan's apprentice, and who is in questioning right now. So if you don't mind, we can discuss this intel later. Right now, we must continue the questioning. Well, then I shall ask them, some questions myself. But let's start with a proper introduction, shall we? Hello, dear. The full name is Grell Sutcliffe, and I must say, I do so love your hair. Fabulous job. And that's coming from an expert such as moi. But tell me, do you know how your master, what was his name again? Gabriel Ryan. Now hurry up. Ooh, what a sexy name. And I bet his physique fits the title. Like I was saying, do you know how Gabriel, your master, does his job, or, well, kill? What method does he use? Is he all hands-on and rough? Or a type of poison? Well, that checks out, so that's good. How so? Through bullets, knives, or just as is? Interesting. Well, that explains a lot. Exactly what does it explain? Yeah, don't leave us out of this. Well, I suppose I have to inform you, little brats. Well, if you must know, though I doubt it'll help with your case, but according to Will, after an analysis of one of the victims, Edward Abrams, I believe, quite the looker I've heard, but the supposed method the killer, or rather, Gabriel Ryan, took was injecting a substance within the victim, all the same way. That causes the soul to set aflame. A little was needed for it to work. So that was poison. And usually poison you need a rather, well, possibly you need a healthy amount, as is, or on a knife for the intended effect. But could the poison have been a timely effect? And plus, how can we be so sure of the amount that was taken? I'm sorry, did you not hear me? Well, firstly, Blondie, if you forgot... Did I mention this? Well, all the victims died instantly. Well, after a few seconds, actually. And second, as I've already stated, a little amount was all that was needed. Don't criticize my statement, please. Rude. Why, you red-headed drag. Trancy! Oh, do shut up, Ciel.
Please, children, remain focused. And if you don't mind, my lord, I'd like to ask them a question worth the investigation.
All right, go ahead.
During that ball, did you kill Lord Abram?
Now, hold on a moment. Didn't we already establish that Mr. Gabriel Rhine was the assassin, and the listener was merely the distraction?
Merely one of their lies. Even so, young master, you would have noticed him as of the mission.
Well, yes, I suppose I would have. Wasn't he a bit busy being seduced by the lovely listener?
Oh,
dancing the whole night through?
did I miss?
I seriously doubt he was paying much attention to anything else. Weren't you? Oh. You did? But then how... through a syringe? But firstly you had to construct a scenario where the syringe would be needed. A medical accident? Or a certain incident? And so instead of injecting a drug to help calm the patient down, midazolam or something like that, you used the poison. So that's why when we met, you seemed so out of breath. And yet, you still danced with me. Oh my! Quite the flirt, aren't you? Well, congratulations, listener. You may have even possibly melted the ice-cold heart of this child. Now, do tell, what exactly is this poison? The name, dear. Oh, now, that complicates things a lot more than expected. Will did have his suspicions, but couldn't really believe them. Well, do you know how he has come by that? No. Well...
What is it, Grell? Is it something to do with the Grim Reapers?
Oh, Bassie, it's worse than I thought. You have to help me.
Oof.
Yes, it does involve the other Grim Reapers. That poison. Soul burner. Yes, I know, the name is quite ridiculous and rather ironic, but the thing is, only Grim Reapers can utilize it. But after a while, it was made illegal after a certain incident. So none of it was ever created again. So then, well, what Will's suspicion is, and what now I'm wondering, is...
If Gabriel Rhine is a Grim Reaper. Listener, if you are comfortable, can you tell us about your master, and any experiences that may seem weird? Or just anything. Yes. As long as you're comfortable, you can also inform us on your training. Anything you feel comfortable sharing. That would be most helpful as well. Please.
Oh, dear. God. Oh, my. Holy shit. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I can't imagine the pain you had to go through. And all that. Just to... The information has been very helpful. Indeed, what you have been through is horrible and rather hard to believe. Forgive me for saying this, but your demeanor does not reflect much of what your experience. Though I must say, in a way I can relate. It's rather noble. I feel as though that's enough for today. I'm rather tired, and I can imagine that you are as well. So, why don't you stay? Why don't we take a break, or just completely stop right now? Okay? Now I must protest. Did you forget whose house this belongs to, Trancy? You can't just invite whoever you like over at my place without my permission. Are you disappointed that I asked before you, Ciel? Do you wish you could have asked them in a more suggestive approach?
You got you there, Hamlet.
No, of course not. Just shut up. Sebastian, make us some tea, will you? Let's go to the lounge. Oh, I'll have some as well. You wouldn't mind me joining in as well? Well, I wouldn't take no for an answer either way. What am I to do? Hey, are you alright? That was rather intense, wasn't it? I apologize, but you'll join us as well, won't you? Great. Don't get the wrong idea, alright? Did you just... Did you just... Even after all... I need to go. I just... You can join us when you're ready. Alright.